There are many people who know the beginning of the Power Rangers, which started with the Mighty Morphin series, but very few know the beginning of this story in the comics. Those who have been able to watch the videos of the comics on this channel have been able to realize that these stories are more in-depth and aimed at an adult audience. Unfortunately, many fans are still confused and don't know where to start reading the comics, since the stories they publish always have references to other stories from the past in the comics. Because of this, we have decided to start narrating the comics from the beginning so that we can understand all the stories we will be reading in the future. For those of you who follow the new stories of the comics on this channel, don't panic, we will continue to narrate the new stories when they are published. If you want to start reading the comics on your own, you can start by watching the video we posted on how to read the comics so you can understand this whole universe and where to start. The comics are divided into sagas, with the first saga being titled Green Ranger. We can start by seeing that Tommy Oliver is the Green Ranger, and he is alongside Rita Repulsa. The other Rangers are dead, and that is because Tommy is under Rita's spell. She is very excited about what Tommy has done and starts to congratulate him, telling him that the world is ready for its new beginning. At that moment, the voice of Jason, the Red Ranger, is heard calling Tommy. They were both in the car, and it seems that Tommy was thinking about all of this inside his head. Inside the car was also Rita, who was talking to Tommy and tormenting him. Jason obviously could not see Rita, but Tommy knew she was there. Jason suspects that something is wrong with Tommy, so he starts asking him questions, and he answers that he feels fine, but he is a little nervous because it is the first day he is going to school as a ranger. All the Rangers arrive at the school, and they all meet in the parking lot to have a conversation before entering the building. In this conversation they only talk about the exams they have, and we can start to see the personality of each one. Inside the school they try to talk to Tommy, but they realize that he is distracted and doesn't answer anything they are saying to him. In all this time Rita kept talking to Tommy, and that is why he was distracted. Then he tells the other Rangers that he must go and that he will catch up with them later. On the moon, we can see that at the palace Rita asks Finster if the new monster is ready, and he tells her that this new monster has unconventional weapons for an unconventional war. At the school we can see Tommy, Trini and Kimberly listening to the teacher in a class, and Kimberly sends a message to Tommy telling him that he can smile occasionally. We can see that Tommy liked the message, but suddenly another person enters alerting the students that they should run to the gym as there is an incident in progress. In the background we can hear the screams of the monster that Rita had sent to Earth, and all the students start running towards the gym. The Rangers go outside of the school to see what was going on and notice the giant monster. At that moment, Jason tells the Rangers that it's Morphin time, and all the Rangers begin the transformation. Then the Rangers decide to start big and call the Megazords. The monster continues to destroy the city, and the Rangers arrive with the Dino Megazord and the Dragonzord to try to stop it. The monster is very strange. It has a circle of light on some parts of its body, and the Rangers are a bit confused because they don't know what it is. They start to think of a strategy to defeat the monster because it has a very strong armor, but at that moment Tommy attacks it with the Dragonzord without asking the other Rangers. Then the other Rangers enter the fight with the Megazord and grab the monster by the neck so Tommy can attack it. Unfortunately, the Dragonzord's controls are jammed, and Rita takes the opportunity to tell Tommy that he's nothing without her. The other Rangers are asking Tommy to attack quickly as they can't resist much, and Tommy, angry at Rita's words, takes control of the Dragonzord. Then he manages to explode the monster with the tail, but Tommy loses control and the Zord is not responding. Because of this, he destroys a part of the bridge, and some people are in danger, so Kimberly goes to the rescue in her Zord. Kimberly's Zord takes off from the Megazord and manages to reach the cars that were about to fall into the water. Tommy is confused because he doesn't know what happened to the Dragonzord, and in the command center he tries to explain to Zordon what was going on. Then Jason and Tommy start arguing as Jason tells him that he didn't follow orders and Tommy tells him that he didn't understand anything. Zordon stops the fight and talks about the responsibilities each of them has. He also talks about being vigilant, since now that Tommy is not on Rita's team, she is going to come in stronger. This lets us know that the story began after Jason managed to free Tommy from Rita's spell, and although in the TV series they show a Tommy loyal to the Rangers, here we are shown a slightly different story. We get to see that this Tommy is still confused, and Rita can speak to him in his thoughts. We then see Scorpina on a ship under the bridge that the Dragonzord broke, and she is apparently looking for something. When she finds what she was looking for, we can see that it is a piece of crystal, and then she brings Rita this piece of crystal, still not knowing what it really was. Rita had told Scorpina that the Rangers were going to ignore this crystal, and apparently this is what caused the Dragonzord to get out of control. Rita is very grateful for Scorpina's work for finding this crystal, and it is apparently very important. Because of this, Scorpina asks Rita what the crystal is. We will be able to see the answer in other comics later on, since this crystal is going to be very important for many stories, including Lord Draken's stories. For now, this is the end of this first comic, and this is how the Power Rangers story began in the comics. This story started after the beginning of the Green Ranger in the Power Rangers team, but we get a deeper story of what was going on inside the team at that time. Soon we will continue reading all the comics so we can see the whole history of Power Rangers from the beginning, and at the same time we will continue reading the new comics that will be published. In the channel, you can see the playlist so you can find all the comics from the beginning, and there are also lists to find a particular saga. For now, I strongly recommend you to watch the video about how you can start reading the comics so you can understand how to start if you want to do it on your own. We always recommend that you buy the comics so you can read them, as you will understand all the details. If you like these comics, give this video a like and subscribe for more Power Rangers stories.